Andrew Tate and his brother have once again been detained in Romania.
At the height of his fame, when he was the most Googled man on Earth, Andrew Tate was arrested in a midnight raid. The charges: human trafficking, rape, organized crime. The internet exploded. Was it karma or conspiracy? But here's the twist no one talks about. Andrew Tate didn't go viral by accident. He went viral by design. His empire spanned cam girls, crypto scams, pyramid-style courses, and digital disciples. It was messy, it was manipulative, and it was massively profitable. Today we break down 5 brutal money lessons hidden in his rise and the blueprint behind the illusion. Tate wasn't rich from fighting. Kickboxing paid scraps. His fortune came from understanding something deeper, that in today's world, attention is more valuable than oil. He created a media machine where his fans posted clips of him to make money themselves. Over 100,000 affiliate creators pumped out Tate's content, flooding TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. It wasn't just content, it was content weaponized. The more outrageous he sounded, the more the algorithm rewarded him. The more he was banned, the more famous he became. He didn't fight the system, he became the virus. You don't need ads when the algorithm works for you. Build something worth watching, and let the world spread it for you. Hustlers University wasn't a school, it was a mirage. A $49 per month subscription for courses on dropshipping, freelancing, crypto. But the real product wasn't education. It was hope, the dream of escaping the system. Tate claimed over 127,000 active subscribers at one point. That's over $6 million a month, before upsells or other ventures. But the twist: students earned money not by building businesses, but by recruiting more students. It was multi-level marketing in a Gucci tracksuit. You weren't learning. You were marketing the illusion of success. When you sell the fantasy of freedom, people will pay anything to believe it's real. Before the Lambos, before the YouTube fame, Tate ran a cam girl empire. He recruited women, convinced them to work for him, and coached them on how to manipulate men online for money. Tate admitted in old videos that he or his staff often posed as the women, chatting with lonely men while the women just looked pretty on camera. It wasn't just deception, it was automation. He turned emotional manipulation into a factory model.
The webcam company I was running proved that perfectly. The women who were on stream were beautiful, but they didn't have a clue what to say. They were saying all the wrong shit, man. Every day they were saying the wrong shit, and we were losing customers. Everything I was telling you earlier about wanting to be innocent. Make him think that if he's serious about you, that nothing else matters. So I'm trying to teach these women, and the women kept it up. So I said to him, it's like, you know what? I'm taking over. So what I did is I unplugged their keyboards and plugged a new one in from me behind the screen. So the chicks would sit there and hit a keyboard that wasn't plugged in. And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking. The girls were just pure, just famoosers, just laughing and doing this, out. And they were talking to ice cold hustlers. We were taking their money, all of it.
Where most saw a scandal, he saw scale. If the emotion is real, the product doesn't have to be. In digital empires, what people believe matters more than what's real. As the heat turned up, Tate didn't retreat. He doubled down. Where most would have gone silent, he began to speak louder, positioning himself not as a criminal, but as a martyr, a target, a symbol of resistance. He branded his arrest not as justice, but as persecution. His infamous claim that he was being attacked by the Matrix, a shadowy system of elites bent on controlling thought, freedom, and masculinity. It wasn't new. Throughout history, charismatic leaders have created external enemies to unify their base. Julius Caesar had the corrupt Senate. Napoleon had the British crown. In modern marketing, the villain is just another sales tool. Tate turned tech companies, governments, and feminism into a singular villain. And then, like a modern messiah, he offered the way out, through his own teachings, his courses, and his ideology. After being banned from Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, Andrew Tate's name trended even higher in Google searches. Instead of silencing him, censorship amplified him. This phenomenon is known as the Streisand effect, when the attempt to hide or censor something only draws more attention to it. Tate's supporters rallied harder. Telegram groups exploded in members. Mirror accounts reposted his content endlessly. He claimed the censorship was proof of the truth he was speaking. And his audience? They bought it. Hook, line, and Discord server. He understood a truth once described by George Orwell. The most effective way to destroy people is to deny and obliterate their own understanding of their history. By redefining the story, Tate didn't just protect his empire, he expanded it. He became a martyr, not a man, and martyrdom sells. Create a villain, blame that villain for people's pain, then sell the solution. Andrew Tate didn't fight the system. He monetized the idea of fighting it. He framed himself as the antidote to weakness, censorship, and poverty. And once he became a symbol, attacking him only strengthened his narrative. This isn't just about Tate. It's about the structure of modern influence. Many influencers, gurus, and political figures have adopted this exact model. Invent a boogeyman, promise salvation, profit. What makes Tate unique is the speed, scale, and shamelessness with which he executed it. On paper, Andrew Tate fell, arrested, detained, investigated, accused. The Romanian legal system opened a full-scale operation, and yet, something strange happened. The empire didn't collapse, it metastasized. The moment Tate was removed from the equation, his presence online barely faltered. Clips still flooded TikTok. Twitter accounts still quoted him. Reddit threads still dissected his philosophy. How? Because Tate didn't build a brand. He built a networked belief system. Even in jail, Tate posted on Twitter. His newsletters continued. His brother handled logistics. Loyalists ran his affiliate channels. The message had decoupled from the man. Tate's digital infrastructure was modeled after decentralized propaganda networks. Dozens of influencers with tens of thousands of followers each were part of his Hustlers University and the War Room, trained to mimic, spread, and preach his content. Like a franchise of ideology, independent but aligned. This model mirrors the techniques of cult leaders and religious movements, where the leader becomes less important than the doctrine. Tate's content wasn't merely viral, it was viral with structure. And structure is what survives. Warren Buffett once said, "Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked." But Tate made sure his empire wore armor. So when the government cut off the head, the body kept moving. The deeper brilliance was that he didn't centralize power. He outsourced virality to his fans. He made his community part of the business model. He didn't pay for marketing, he became the marketing. The most powerful empire isn't one with cash, it's the one that runs without its king. Think Rockefeller after Standard Oil was split. Think the Catholic Church after Peter. Think Steve Jobs after Apple. Tate didn't build a social media account. He built a mythology, one designed to self-replicate. And in doing so, he created something that cannot be banned, arrested, or deleted. That is the true blueprint, the one that outlives the fall. Thanks for watching. You just decoded the empire. Subscribe for more deep dives into power, profit, and deception. Tap the bell so you don't miss what they don't want you to know. Money tales where power, profit, and deception collide.